Bills Mafia, what's going on, family? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the latest, most exclusive Buffalo Bills updates. Straight from Orchard Park to your screen. Right now, the team is all in on growth. Every workout, every meeting, every roster move. It's all about fine-tuning and pushing for that Super Bowl run. We've seen some major changes already this offseason. And trust me, there's more coming. So before we dive into today's big developments, including a confirmed signing and a major move possibly happening in Dallas, do me a favor, smash that like button if you believe in what this team is building. And don't forget to subscribe to stay ahead of all the moves, rumors, and insider info. Let's get into it. Let's start with some news from down in Texas. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys. But hang tight, because there's a ripple effect that could matter to us Bills fans too. Here's what we know. The NFL draft has come and gone. The Cowboys didn't add a single wide receiver. That's right, not one. Now the rumor mill is heating up. And guess whose name is suddenly back in the spotlight? Amari Cooper. That's right. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, via a report that aired Sunday on SportsCenter, there's mutual interest between the Cowboys and Cooper. That's huge. For those of you who may have forgotten, Dallas traded a first-round pick back in 2018 to land Cooper from the Raiders. And during his time with the Cowboys, he was a force, 100-plus receiving yards in 2 separate seasons, reliable route runner, explosive outside threat, massive help in Dak Prescott's development. But with CeeDee Lamb emerging as the WR1, Cooper was dealt to Cleveland in 2022 in a simple late-round pick swap. Now, just 3 years later, the Cowboys are thinking about running it back. So why now? The Cowboys' WR room is, let's say, unproven. Besides CeeDee Lamb, who, by the way, just locked in a $34 million per year deal, the roster is thin. You've got Jalen Tolbert, still developing Paris Campbell, who's bounced around Jonathan Mingo, a young prospect Kevontae Turpin, primarily a return man. And now with Brandon Cooks heading back to New Orleans, the Cowboys desperately need another experienced target. Enter Amari Cooper, who's still sitting in free agency. Now, Cooper's not the player he once was. Let's be real about that. In 2024, his production dipped noticeably. His season was split between a shaky Browns QB situation and a quiet mid-season trade to the Bills. Yeah, we had Cooper in our building, and it didn't exactly turn into fireworks, but he's still a 5-time Pro Bowler. And at age 31, he doesn't need to be the guy. He just needs to be a solid WR2 behind Lamb. Best part? He's not expected to cost a fortune. With Dallas holding roughly $34.5 million in cap space, they've got the money to bring him in, without disrupting bigger priorities like a Micah Parsons extension. Now you might be asking, okay, but what does this mean for the Bills? Here's where it gets spicy. Last season, Buffalo traded for Cooper mid-season, hoping he could be that extra piece for a postseason push. It didn't quite pan out. He only had a handful of targets and didn't make a major impact. But it also shows that Brandon Beane was willing to experiment with high-upside veterans. He took the swing! It didn't connect. Now Cooper's back on the market, and the Cowboys might be ready to clean up what they let go. Meanwhile, Beane moved on, and that leads us to Buffalo's newest official signing. Someone who could very well fill that depth role better than Cooper did in 2024. It's official. Folks, the Buffalo Bills have signed wide receiver Elijah Moore to a 1-year deal. The move had been brewing ever since the Browns gave Moore the unrestricted free agent tender worth $328 million. But instead of returning to Cleveland, Moore chose to bet on himself in Buffalo. And here's why this matters. Moore is just 25 years old. He's young, athletic, and experienced. Coming out of Ole Miss, this guy was a first-team All-SEC selection. Drafted 34th overall by the Jets in 2021, he was expected to be a star. His time in New York? Rocky at best. But in Cleveland last year, he finally showed some consistency. 17 games played, 61 receptions, 102 targets, 538 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, is that WR1 production? No. But it is exactly what the Bills need. A dependable WR3 who can stretch the field, get open underneath, and help Josh Allen move the chains. Let's be honest. After losing Stephon Diggs, the Bills needed to reload, not rebuild, the wide receiver room. They already have Keon Coleman, the rookie phenom Khalil Shakir, the breakout slot guy Curtis Samuel, the proven veteran and now Elijah Moore, a depth piece with upside Moore brings, speed versatility, experience in both slot and outside alignments, low cost, high reward potential. Best of all, he's still hungry. He's chasing a new deal after this season, and that means we're getting a player motivated to earn every snap. And for Brandon Beane, this is a classic win. Low risk, solid return, veteran presence, and no drama. So here's what to watch for over the coming weeks. Will Dallas finalize a deal with Amari Cooper? If they do, it could shape how the NFC looks from a wide receiver depth standpoint. How will Elijah Moore fit into the Bills' offense? OTAs and training camp will give us a first glimpse of his chemistry with Josh Allen. Will Brandon Beane make one more WR move before camp? Don't rule out another veteran signing. We've seen it before. And how does all of this set the tone for week 1? Head warning. The AFC East is going to be a bloodbath. Depth and chemistry matter more than ever. First round pick, number to 30 overall. Kentucky. Stand out. And now he's a Buffalo build-up Bills Mafia. This kid is special. You can see it in the film. You can hear it in his interviews. He's not just a physical corner. He's a student of the game. He's hungry. He's humble. And more importantly, he's already talking like a true professional. And when he was asked who he's most excited to learn from, he didn't hesitate. Can't wait to learn. I can't wait to pick Triavius White's brain. Man, that's a vet. And I know he's going to teach me so much. That's straight from Hairston himself, via team reporter Maddie Glab. And let me tell you, that says everything you need to know about this kid's mindset. Now, let's rewind for a second, because yes, Triavius White is back in Buffalo. A lot of people were shocked when that news broke this offseason. After all, it's not every day you see a former All-Pro corner come back to the same team after parting ways. But this reunion, it feels right. White is entering his 9th season in the league. That's 9 years of covering the league's best receivers, 9 years of reading NFL offenses, 9 years of building a resume that's respected league-wide. And now, instead of just locking down receivers on Sundays, he's becoming a mentor, a teacher, a leader in the film room. And Maxwell Hairston? He's soaking it all in. Hairston isn't just excited, he's ready. Here's what he told Maddie Glab about his game. I feel like I'm so versatile that I can come out, play man, or I can play zone. I can play off man. I can play press man. I can disguise. So I'm happy to just be able to go into an organization with a beautiful scheme that will allow me to get the ball back. That's music to Sean McDermott's ears. The Bills' defensive philosophy is all about versatility, disguise, and execution. We run a mix of zone and man concepts that demand smart, instinctive DBs who can communicate and adapt. It's not plug and play, it's chess. And Hairston? He plays like a rookie Bobby Fischer. He's physical at the line, smart in zone coverage, and has a knack for reading quarterbacks and breaking on the ball. That's what made him one of the SEC's most feared corners in 2023, and why Beane didn't hesitate to pull the trigger at 30 overall. But here's the kicker. He's only going to get better learning from a guy like Trey. Let's not forget Triavius. White didn't come into this league as an immediate superstar. He worked. He studied. He battled through adversity, including multiple injuries, to become one of the league's most respected corners. Now he's turning that experience into wisdom. You've got to believe White sees a little bit of himself in Hairston. The drive, the humility, the raw talent just waiting to be molded. And for Hairston, having a mentor like Triavius White is a golden ticket. It's one thing to watch film and run drills. It's another thing entirely to sit across from a guy who's been through the fire and came out stronger. This mentorship could be the secret weapon that transforms Maxwell Hairston from promising rookie to future Pro Bowler. So what does this all mean for the Buffalo Bills? Let's zoom out. The secondary has gone through major changes over the past 2 seasons. Jordan Poyer, gone. Micah Hyde, still uncertain. Triavius White, back in a new role. Christian Benford and Rasul Douglas. Solid, and now Maxwell Hairston enters the picture. This group is getting younger, faster, smarter, and Hairston could be the glue guy that ties it all together. Don't be surprised if the Bills use him in multiple roles: nickel, boundary, slot, especially early in the season. McDermott loves DBs who can move around, and Hairston's versatility gives them more options than they've had in years. So, what's next? Well, the first big step is this weekend. Hairston will be on the field at rookie minicamp, which kicks off Friday and runs through Saturday. That's where the coaches will really get their first in-person look at how he moves, how he communicates, how he competes. It's also where Hairston starts to build trust with the coaching staff and with the vets like Trey. You better believe Triavius White will be watching and coaching and helping this rookie find his footing fast. If Hairston impresses, don't be shocked if he's getting meaningful reps by training camp. Now it's your turn, Bills Mafia. What do you think of Elijah Moore's signing? Smart move or just roster filler? Should the Cowboys reunite with Amari Cooper, or is that ship sailed? Would you rather have kept Cooper in Buffalo? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from the real fans, the ones who watch every snap, break down every rumor, and bleed red, white, and Bills blue. And if you got value from this video, hit that like button. It helps the channel grow and tells the algorithm that Bills Mafia is the most loyal fan base in football. Don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive news, in-depth analysis, and behind-the-scenes stories. We've got a huge season coming, and you're not going to want to miss a second. Let's go, Buffalo. Go Bills!